I was showing him your videos.
That was the last thing I remember from the night. After that, welcome back to it. So we are sitting with the King of House of Comedy. But you're in my house today, okay? Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm good, Ntsako. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day.
And you look good.
Thank you. I tried. I felt so bad because I was speaking to my producer and I was like, okay, now I have to beat my face because whenever I have an in-studio, I always want to show up and look great. Having a meeting with one of my other executive producers, right?
Yeah.
And because we had postponed this documentary for the longest time, we shot it. And then when we were supposed to go to post, we saw that there were some scenes missing, and then we had to go back, and now we have to say, okay, now we are going through pre-production again. And I think people don't really realize how difficult it is to navigate the creative industry and create a business out of it.
Yeah.
So talk to us about House of Gumede. Like, I just want to know it all.
Interesting. So basically, before it was House of Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, it was FML Clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And how that came about was, since I'm a musician, I would have shows from 2015. So the people that would come to my shows would wear my name.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It was Lunga, I think Trust, Love, Believe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Then someone took a picture of me, then we made that a logo.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd meet people at the malls wearing a kippa and caps that have my face. Then my younger brother said, why don't you just make a clothing brand? Then that's how FML Clothing came about. So the FML was for music lovers, but the brand was for people who love music.
Oh, amazing.
Because I had figured out that we all love music, just different genres. Yeah. So then I started expanding the business into branding, into supply. So I couldn't engage with big companies because they thought I'm just all about the music. It was from FML. On TV, there was this show, House of Sweet.
Oh, yes.
So I thought, how about, since my surname is Kwabi, I thought House of Kwabi, it just didn't land. So I opted for the second clan name.
Oh.
Yes, then I said,
I was wondering where
House of Gumede.
Oh.
Yes, because Kwabi is Gumede.
Yeah.
So then I said House of Gumede. Then from House of Gumede, then we had the music part where I write songs. I'm a singer and all of that. Then we have the clothing line, which is for music lovers. Then we have the branding side. Then from the branding,
I get that.
it's very tricky. It's very tricky also because I'm a very forgetful person. So I have a lot of alarms. And I remember
so snoozing is not a good idea.
Yeah, I remember this other time. So I have an alarm to call my daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a friend of mine said, who does that? Like, why would you need to be reminded? Then I told them, but I have this problem. So I have a lot of things going on, and most of them I do them by myself. So it's tricky not to have those alarms, even the one to call the daughter. So it's very difficult, especially with me. If one thing is not going right, it becomes a problem. So I need everything to go well. And recently a pastor said to me, God can be doing something great in your life, but also another part of your life being miserable.
Yes.
So both those things can coexist at the same time. Yeah.
For me, I think I've learned to embrace that balance in life where you can have a really, really beautiful blessing, but then there's still that part that still needs to be worked on. Because at the end of the day, if everything was perfectly balanced, wouldn't you be worried? Like, wouldn't you be worried? Like, where's the disaster coming from here? Like, if everything is going exceptionally well in life, you you also start to question your purpose.
And running away from a problem doesn't help you with anything. So basically, that's my drug.
Which is good. It's better than the other ones. It's okay to be addicted to this one. It's fine.
My therapist would disagree.
But that's also another good sign that you're in therapy. Most people don't even seek help anymore. They just either drink themselves silly, or they just don't seek help. They don't want to grow emotionally. They don't want to be better people. So that's a completely different thing. I think creativity also, funny enough, people are like, oh yeah, you guys are writers and directors and this is what you do. And it's like, do you understand that we're literally just making money out of our emotions? Like, we just decided that, we're writing all this stuff, let's just release it, and then if you guys like it, great. But it's welcome back to it. We are joined by I almost said brainchild, but I'm like, it's so weird calling a grown man a brainchild.
I'm still a child.
House of Commander. I actually really enjoy the House of, because you've opened up your business. Like, even if you wanted to open a spaza shop, you're able to do that. Like, it fits in because it's like, no, I said House of, meaning whatever Kumete creates can happen there, can exist there.
I forgot to mention one thing. So there's a new business that is in House of Kumete, which is Kumete Intimates.
Oh.
So I did a horrible thing.
Why?
So in the church youth group, I decided.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
Well, I didn't look at it in that way at the time. Because we like fooling around in the group.
Yeah.
So I posted and said I want models for. So then I got evicted from the group. So when I spoke to my pastor, I told him like exactly what had happened, because I was afraid they might give him a different version of the story.
Yes.
Then I said, "Wait, Muruti, this is what I did." And he broke it down to me and said to me, "You chose the wrong platform to do it." And also, as a Christian that is unmarried, how are you selling? But look at it as the person that you are and what you represent.
The intimates. What's that intimates? What is it? A product? Is it a service? Or what are we selling there?
Well, everything is a service. So it's more of your underwear garments.
Oh, that's nice.
And the
though.
toys. So,
but no, you know what I would argue? It's just I wasn't there to fight for you. You know what I'd say?
Yeah.
You'd say, no. I am making sure that when we get married, there are garments specifically made by a Christian brother for our Christian couples to spice up their relationships, their godly relationships in marriage.
Because he said to me, you might have left an impression on the ladies in the group that you see them best fit to advertise sex toys or lingeries. So they might think that you are looking at them in that way.
No, look. I really hope they added you back into the group. If they didn't, it's fine.
They didn't.
Oh, wow. So you're still evicted from it? You're still shunned or what?
It's more of marketing and branding. Anything that we can put your name, your brand on. Yeah.
That is a service that is so needed. I don't think it will ever go out of like fashion.
Yeah.
I don't think, pun intended, I don't think it'll ever, it is something that we all need. Like, because you realize how in demand personal branding is, especially with the trends in eventing, and people just want something personalized. People just want their thing, their own thing, So I think it's genius. House of Kubete just, and I'm glad you gave it back to also your clans. You gave it.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I have
well, it's gonna ring because
every day in the morning at 8 a.m. I pray. So normally from 7:40, which was the alarm now, I read the word, then I pray at 8 every morning. So everything I command on that prayer. So I'd pray and ask for orders for new clients and everything. And I will tell you, every time I don't mention that in my prayer, I never get orders on that day. I don't get clients. There hasn't been one day where I didn't mention that and I got orders.
Wow.
Well, then when I do, sometimes I would get 90, maybe 98% I would get the orders. But when I don't mention it in prayer, it never happens.
Like, there's that small voice in my mind that says, tell them, don't do it. I think, firstly, I'm a Christian, so everything with me starts with
as
God.
it should stand on it.
So the word of God said that we, like, our plans, we should tell God our plans prior. So we invite him first. So in all that you do, he should be the first one before you even tell your best friend that this is what you have in mind, this is what you are planning. And also, then moving from then, you need to know, okay, I want to do this business. Who am I targeting? Who is it for? Because if you don't know that, you'll be angry at us for not supporting your business. And we are not the target market, but you don't know. You expect, especially, don't expect your family or friends to support you. Well, they might, but there's a big chance that they might not. And you'll be offended, you'll take it personal, but it's not. So once you know who your target market is, it then gets better. And also you need to know that you're going to fail a lot of times. Many times. You'll have your...
That's a beautiful way to wrap up the conversation, because really it's embracing failure before it even happens, so that when it does happen, you're not feeling like, oh my gosh, my world is crumbling down. And also accepting help. As much as you're in business, it's okay to also ask for help and accept it, even when it comes from places you didn't expect. So this is a very fulfilling conversation, and honestly, stand on it. Like your day has to begin and end with God, because ultimately he grounds you.
You know what my pastor once said? So we're in church I think he was preaching in front of school kids. So he says, I had to shout out to him. So he says, when you leave your house without praying, that's you being arrogant. You're saying, God, I don't need you. I got this. I can do this by myself.
Imagine.
When he said that, it hit me hard.
Imagine.
There can never be a day where I leave the house without praying.
Literally, for me, driving out, I'm like, okay, God, here we go again. I'm back. Made terrible decisions yesterday. I'm back here asking for your repentance. No, literally, you have to make God your friend. Like, for being in the car, first thing, gospel, let's talk. Because I leave at a very nice time. I leave at like 5 a.m., right? So it's nice because it's quiet. So it's really just you and him. Like you. And it's nice when I just say, okay, God, this is how I'd like the day to go. I'd like to rest today, so can no one bother me? Can no one send me any requests? If someone wants to take me out, like, just make sure it's like late now, 6, just so that I can sleep in. And he always answers, but then he'll throw in some curveballs here and there, and you just have to navigate it. But I love it. Like, honestly, we need to be more the way he shows off. Sorry, shout out to him. But that's how we wrap up the conversation. It is 7:50 Central African time. Let's enjoy some music before we cross over to the news.